Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Cinema. I am Money Mike, and today, Royal Rumble predictions. This Saturday is the Royal Rumble live from Saudi Arabia, which means it has a special start time of 2 p.m. here in the United States. So, I will be live streaming the Royal Rumble so we can find out together who will be punching their ticket to WrestleMania in Las Vegas. So go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button today. Now, let's go ahead right into it. Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Sami Zayn won this opportunity at Saturday night's main event, and they keep bringing up the fact that Drew McIntyre Sami Zayn is like 0-12 against Drew McIntyre, and so that kind of makes you think, oh, Sami might win. Now, also, it's the fact that it's in Saudi Arabia where they adore Sami Zayn, so Sami Zayn getting the title opportunity here is huge. The crowd is going to go insane for him. This was such the right call because obviously, if he wasn't going to win the Royal Rumble, I think this was a perfect spot for him. But yeah, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn. I think Drew McIntyre retains the title here. I think there's a longer story at play for Sami Zayn because you got to remember WrestleMania 43 next year is in Saudi Arabia, and I think the long play could be that Sami wins the 2027 Royal Rumble to get to WrestleMania 43 next year in Saudi Arabia, where he finally does win the world title. So Drew McIntyre will retain the title here. Next is the match that everyone is talking about. And I'm glad I waited to record this after Monday Night Raw because I don't think it's as clear cut that Gunther is going to win here because it is going to be Gunther versus AJ Styles. And if AJ loses, he must retire. Now, the WWE is doing everything they can to make us think this is going to be AJ's final match. Now, it could be, but the way they had AJ versus Shinsuke Saturday night's main event, they did AJ Styles versus CM Punk on his potentially his last Monday Night Raw for the World Heavyweight Championship. Like, it really does make you think that this could be AJ Styles' final match on Saturday. But then I saw the way the match ended. AJ Styles, CM Punk, Finn Balor got involved. The match ended in no contest. I think maybe AJ might have won by disqualification or something. But either way, it was not a clear-cut finish as what we saw with Shinsuke Nakamura on Saturday night's main event. Because if Punk would have actually just won straight up, and then Finn Balor attacked CM Punk and AJ Styles, post-match, I would have definitely said AJ is retiring. But the fact that they ended it on disqualification. Plus, when you look at the upcoming schedule for WWE, there's a Raw in Atlanta, Georgia, before the Elimination Chamber. There's no way that AJ Styles is going to retire before he goes to Atlanta, Georgia one more time. So I feel like, to me, AJ Styles here, because again, I think there's a bigger story at play. Whether it's going to be setting up the Elimination Chamber, where either Punk defends the World Heavyweight Championship inside the Elimination Chamber, where it's Punk, Styles, Finn Balor, and whoever else, or it's going to set up a third match between AJ and Gunther at WrestleMania, where we do potentially see AJ finally retire at WrestleMania. So AJ, Gunther, I'm going to go AJ Styles wins, but by disqualification. And honestly, I think it'd be kind of cool. Like, if Nakamura just came out and helped AJ Styles win, but like AJ didn't see it, and AJ Styles sees it on the replay, and like Nakamura's like, "Hey, dude, I don't want you to retire, so I'm gonna help you win the match." But yeah, AJ Styles wins by disqualification, and I think that retirement match with Gunther is going to come at WrestleMania or later. It's a bold prediction, but just the way that Monday Night Raw ended, it just doesn't feel like AJ is going to have his final Raw appearance be a disqualification. And again, the final Raw before the Elimination Chamber is in Atlanta, Georgia, where it does make more sense to do the whole this is AJ Styles' final appearance in Atlanta, Georgia, or whatever. Then we have the Royal Rumble matches. This is hard to predict because you don't know who's returning, who's in the match, and it's easy for me to sit here and go, well, in my predictions video at the beginning of the year, I said Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan would be your winners. Now I am 100% confident in the Women's Royal Rumble match, where I believe it's going to be Liv Morgan winning the world title, winning the Women's Royal Rumble. Also confounded by the fact that next week on Raw, we do have Raquel Rodriguez getting another opportunity at Stephanie Vaquer in a Philadelphia street fight. And if Liv Morgan wins the Royal Rumble, Raquel wins a world title, that could play into the Judgment Day split. I talked about this before. We could see like a damage control split here, where Bayley won the Royal Rumble. Then we got the split with damage control. She chose Io Sky. I think we could see the same thing happen here. Even though I do think Bianca Belair is a very, very strong possibility. If she is medically cleared, I think there is a chance that she does make her return. I think it's obvious that they're hoping for Bianca versus Jade at WrestleMania, but again, I think it's going to be Liv Morgan's time. I think, I'll go into more detail later in the week about potential Royal Rumble surprises in another video, but again, I think it's a wide open field. Rhea Ripley is another strong contender here because, again, they've done everything to keep Rhea away from Stephanie on Raw. So it's clear that's a big match that WWE wants to do at some point. Otherwise, why would you keep giving Rhea Ripley all these side quests? Like, she literally just went to SmackDown to help Damian Priest against Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Like, why? Obviously, you're doing that to keep her away from the world title scene. So, again, it's one of those things where it's very wide open. Where, yeah, it's easy to sit here and say Liv Morgan, Bianca, Rhea, Io, Asuka, Becky Lynch has said she's in the Royal Rumble now. It's one of those things where it's like, it's really hard to predict. And again, we could see someone that maybe nobody sees coming, Who saw Jey Uso winning last year? So it's one of the things where we could see someone win the Royal Rumble that we don't expect. So, but yeah, Liv Morgan is my official prediction. I am sticking with that from my original predictions video I did earlier in the year. Now, for the men's, I predicted Roman Reigns. At the beginning of the year, I said Roman Reigns is going to win the Rumble. And boy, oh boy. Now I'm torn. Because to me, I feel like there's two clear-cut contenders in here. Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker. I think If you ask me, the final four in this match will probably be one, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Braun Breaker, and maybe Obafemi. But it's one of those things where I think it could go either way. Because you have Roman Reigns win, there's a clear cut match there with Drew McIntyre. We revisit the feud with Drew McIntyre for WrestleMania and the WWE Championship. Also, the match with CM Punk, where again there's a lot of history going back to last year's WrestleMania with Roman and Punk. We can revisit that, but this time for the world title. So there's a lot of history there that we can go off of, and I mean, Roman Reigns winning would be interesting because, you know, what if Cody Rhodes gets the title back beforehand, say Elimination Chamber, and we get Roman versus Cody 3. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm gonna go Braun Breaker. Here's the thing. I know I said in my predictions video Roman Reigns would win, but I am changing that here because, again, the Vision on Raw, Logan Paul said they are going to help Breaker win the Royal Rumble. I think the WWE wants to create new stars. And we're seeing this on SmackDown with Trick Williams, where Trick Williams is interacting with the main eventers. And I think they're going to want to do that here in the Rumble match. Obafemi having a strong showing, but he doesn't win. Even though I think it would be interesting if Obafemi did win, because we did see what happened in Saturday Night's main event in December, where Obafemi and Drew McIntyre had that little confrontation. So Obafemi, Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship would be an interesting match at WrestleMania. But yeah, Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker. I'm going to go Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker eliminates Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble. Breaker gets his rematch against CM Punk. And we just go from there, crown him at WrestleMania. And then Seth Rollins returned on the Raw after Mania to get his revenge on the Vision. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, who do you want to see win the Royal Rumble matches this year? Am I right? Am I wrong? Is it truly over for the phenomenal AJ Styles this Saturday in Saudi Arabia? Let me know in the comments below. And again, I will have another video on Wednesday discussing potential surprises and returns in both Rumble matches. I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.